What's up, guys? It's John Dominique, the Soul Proponent. Right now, I want to talk about some of the reactions I've been getting to the soul when I discuss it with people. A lot of times I see people turning their backs. It seems that the soul is too much to tackle. And people just decide that there's something more important. That's a disservice to humanity. First of all, because without the soul, there's no self-worth. And this affects not only people on the individual level, but also society on a collective level. So what's happening is that, in my opinion, I have to subject myself to a society that's ignorant of their own value and their own worth. And that's a very painful way to live. It's a painful society. And then on top of that, I'm almost enabling this to happen and almost encouraging it to be perpetuated. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pass this same type of attitude down to my children. And, the attitude of there's something more important than the soul, and that self-worth is not an issue that needs to be discussed. It's not something that's important. And what I think is happening is a lot of people are just scared, really. There's a lot of fear. It's a challenge, I understand. And I understand that not everybody knows how to cope with this type of information. And that's okay. I don't have all the answers either. And I have to have compassion for this process because I was once in these people's shoes. So in a way, I'm not going to condemn anybody, and my intent is not to put a guilt trip on anybody about this. So yes, I've been getting a lot of people turning their backs, and in a way, this is actually rejecting God without realizing it. In favor of the systems of the personality. And it's important to really look at what we're trading, what we're getting in exchange for the soul. We're getting a system of security in as far as monetary, financial institutions, and I guess it's more of ensuring our own survival. The consequences of facing the soul is like pretty much letting go of all of the systems that are in place to keep civilization in check. So, the part of the Bible, Jesus is like, well, make sure you count the cost before you start building that house. I've also been getting feedback that there is not a market for the soul. And I think that's a huge mistake, because the truth is, there is a market for the soul. We just don't know it. This is exactly what humanity has longed for thousands and thousands of years. What we have now in place of the soul is pretty much a substitute. It's not the real thing. This is the best thing that the personality can come up with to emulate the feelings of value and worth that actually come from the soul. And that's okay. I'm not trying to say that someone is bad for saying that. What I do want to say is that we need to, again, look carefully at what we're getting in exchange and what we're placing as more important than the soul. So if we look at, we're looking at, well, if there's no market for the soul, what we're saying is it's more important to be marketable than it is to come to terms with the soul and improve society and improve humanity. In a way, that trade-off is not worth it at all. In the short run, oftentimes it kind of is. It seems like, it's just easier and more convenient to just bypass the soul. There's not enough money in it. In the short run, that's okay, but in the long run, we can see the effects of that. If you look through the pages of history, it's written, the proof is in the pudding. So, these reactions I've been getting from the soul, 9 times out of 10, people turn their backs. They don't think it's important. There's no market for it. There's no demand. And they think there's something more important than the soul. I mean, it's a huge mistake. What profits a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his own soul in the process? John Dominique, the soul proponent. Peace.